Hey, you going guys? Dean from Blog for the Blood God, and I'm here at the Victorian Team Championships. We're in the middle of round 4, and I've finished my game bright and early, so I thought I'd come out here and give you guys a quick rundown of the event in general, and also take an opportunity to spruik the videos that I've got coming out shortly, which are I'm going to be doing a review of my list, which I'll touch on briefly here, a review on pairing strategies, a review on all of my games. I'm going to do a review on the tournament in general, so a whole bunch of content coming on my YouTube channel over the next week or so. So keep your eyes peeled for that, but I thought I'd take this opportunity while I've got some downtime to give you guys a walk around of the event, show you guys some of the armies that are being played by them and the players who are here, and also sort of just discuss the little bits and bobs as they sort of pop into my head as I think of things. So yeah, so first off, we're at the Ringwood Bowls Club. Beautiful sunny day here. It's a relatively small venue. It's actually quite cramped in there. We've got 104 players, I believe it is. So teams of 4 for those who aren't following and don't know what I'm talking about. The Victorian Team Championships is teams of 4. Standard championship missions, each faction only taken once, that sort of thing. So I'm running Emperor's Children with Word Bearers, so pure CSM, and my list is doing fucking the Lord's work. It's killing fucking everything. So I played 4 games, and every single one of them I've tabled my opponent, and it's just been an absolute bloodbath. So I'm really fucking happy with the way that the list is performing. It's doing fucking amazing. So I'll do a full detailed breakdown of everything that's in the list, why it's in the list, how to wield it, how I've been getting these results. I'll do all of that in a separate video, and I'll go through all the relics and the psychic powers and everything. This video is more just to sort of show you guys around the venue and the terrain, which won't be easy to cover post-event, so I'll go through that a bit. And yeah, I look forward to discussing all that shit with you guys further. So without further ado, let's walk in and let's flip the camera, and hopefully the audio is good. I got a new microphone, so hopefully that I don't get drowned out by all the people. So let's flip the camera. So coming into the hall, I might have to go on the other side so we don't get that glare. And I guess we'll start over on the stream tables. Whoop, sorry fellas. So we've got Down Under Network and Art of War doing some streaming. So you got Hayden Waldock over there on the stream. So if you want to check out their YouTube channel, you can watch live coverage of these games. So we've got some, looks like some AdMech versus some Chaos. Liam Hackett, one of the better players in Australia. He's a good man. We've got Jeremy Brody. How you doing, man? Stream games happening up here. So this is a pretty standard sort of terrain layout for the event. The goal is to have 1 heavy table and 2 medium tables and a light table. Oh shit, I just kicked the stream camera. Whoops. So like this would be an example of a relatively medium table where you've got a big line of sight blocker in each corner, a line of sight blocker in the middle, and then some stuff scattered throughout. And then here's another example of something that would classify as like a medium to heavy kind of table, with some that have no bases, so they block line of sight, and some that do, so they don't block line of sight. We've got Lee Abbey versus Morosoli here. Gene Stealer Colts versus Drakari. Very interesting matchup. 2 very, very talented players, so that should be an interesting outcome. I might check back on that one later, actually. Some Craft Worlds here versus some Death Guard. The painting standard at this event is actually quite high, considering there's no painting awards or anything like that. Like we've got some marble effects on these guys, some converted Talon Masters. Jared's stuff, he's fucking amazing. I'm sure he won't mind me touching. So like, look at that. That is fucking sexy as shit. Jared's stuff is premium. Some cool converted war dogs. There's a bar over there which isn't open yet. I'm hanging out for that. Some of the tables are quite light, so tables like this where there's just the 4 big corner ruins and one in the center, which makes it a bit challenging. But then some of them are obviously heavy as fuck, like this, where there's, you know, a shit ton of terrain. What's going on, Toddy?
Getting minced.
Getting minced. We've got the man Josh Diffie over here running the Custodies and Sisters. We've got another Gene Stealer Cults player here. So Eric and Lee Abbey both bought the same lists. This is my team here. So this was my table. Basically, this was my opponent. So he had the 3 Keeper of Secrets, Exalted Lord of Change, and Shilaxi, supported by a bunch of beasts and some other bits and pieces, Nurglings. And then my list, basically the core component of my list was these Noise Marines, these bikes, the Demon Prince, the Dark Apostle, and my Sorcerer, who's in there. And basically, he deployed along the line along there. I got first turn, so I just redeployed my Noise Marines, redeployed my bikes, redeployed my Apostle, and then went first turn, moved them up, warp timed them into position, moved these guys across, popped the once per game strat on him to give a 6-inch aura of reroll wounds. So now and then I've got prescience on them, so they're hitting on 2s, rerolling 1s, and then against these big Gribblies, they're winning on 4s, rerolling all failed wounds. And then the bikes were doing a damage as well. And basically in my first shooting phase, I killed all of those beasts, 3 Exalted Keeper of Secrets, and an Exalted Lord of Change. So all he had left was some Nurglings along the guts here, and Shilaxi really. And all of that is outside of my charge range, so he can't really charge me turn 1. So then in my turn, I can just move the Noise Marines over to here, move the DP next to him, warp time him up, kill all of this shit, and it's game over. So it's a turn 2 tabling here. We've got my captain Jeremy here, playing Sisters, versing Sisters and Custodies. So a very confusing table to follow, so I'm just going to go past that. Then over here we've got Death Guard versus my teammate Matt on the Grey Knights. Morty got smited to death. I don't know how it's going for him. It looks probably fine. And then over here we've got Jason Chevy on the Death Guard Terminus S spam, Poxwalker spam with Possessed, going into Necrons, and it looks like it's probably going pretty well for him by the looks of things. So that's my team. There's lots of big Gribblies at this event, which is cool. Pretty decent mix of factions. Like we've got some Guard. I don't think I've seen a single Tau player in 9th edition, really. What do we got over here? We got Is this a Mortarion versus Mortarion? Fuck yeah. Which one's the real Mortarion?
This one.
Yeah.
Actually, our 6. I guess we get in here on Great Hill.
Some Space Wolves versus Necrons.
What I'm guessing. Yeah.
The other Emperor's Children player, my boy.
Okay.
That didn't sound confident.
4 or 5? 7.
So, as you can see, it's a little bit tight. It's a little bit tighter than we'd sort of hoped. We didn't expect to get 104 players, so we sort of booked the hall. And then it sort of filled out a little bit more than we was expecting, which is fine. But yeah, so that pretty much covers like the types of armies that you can see around here. Lots of Dark Eldar. Almost every team has a Dark Eldar player. Almost every team has some form of Marines. Most teams actually have two Marine lists. So you can only take each codex once, but there's a lot of people taking like you know, Adeptus Astartes and then taking Grey Knights as well, for example. So there is a decent mix of different shit. But it's a sick venue. We've got like this outside lawn bowls area where there's like all these tables for people to sit down. They were doing a barbecue sausage sizzle over there yesterday, and I'm sure they'll do one again today. $2 snags, can't fuck with that. It's amazing. So yeah, that's basically what's going on here. So I hope you enjoyed the video. It's a pretty short one. I mainly just wanted to cover off on the boards and the tables and the terrain and the armies. And then I'm going to be doing a real deep dive into the team event format, because so far my team has got favorable pairings, in our opinion, every round. So just going through the way the pairings process works and some of the different strategies and tricks that you can use to try and get it so that your team get the matchups that they want. So I'm going to do a really detailed deep dive into that. I'm going to do a really detailed deep dive into my list and the Emperor's Children Word Bearers combo, because it's something that I've recently touched that is just, it's phenomenal. So I'll go through that, and then I'm going to do one where I'll go through all of my games and just go through each game, what I did, how I did it, and then the final video will just be a summary of the event overall. You know, just things like the player pack, how that worked. Normally I get that video out before the event, but I was, you know, being on my team, I wanted to dedicate my time, resource into getting the practice games, getting them skilled up, skilling myself up, learning the you know, shortfalls of my list and trying to figure out ways to circumvent them. So yeah, that's where we're at. Hope you enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe, all that good shit. Check out my YouTube channel. There's going to be plenty more content there, and I'll be posting some videos and photos throughout the day on this Facebook page. So yeah, check that out, and I'll see you next time. All right, ta-das.